Okay guys, back for another cast on the druid. Last time I logged out in Dustwallow Marsh, I was trying to grind um, some stuff that I actually, uh, what I thought was, okay, it's pretty boring looking at me grinding over endless these guys, the Myrfin oracles. So I'm just gonna do that sort of off screen, if it takes that long for them to drop. And then I killed two of the oracles and I actually got the drop. It's right here. So no worries guys, you don't have to watch that. Um, what the drop rate actually is, I have no idea. I can imagine it's like maybe 2-4%, something like that. So you could get lucky, of course. It drops first time you try to kill one of these guys, and it can be awful. And I think what I had was something in between, really. But what there is to it is that I seem to recall when I did it before, the big guy, he's coming up on this path here when you summon him. So I have to summon him up here on this thingy. So I want to move the mobs that are sort of in between here. So I'm gonna start out with that. Let's see if we can get. No, I can definitely not get this guy solo, I think. So I'm gonna start with this guy. Nice fat critters here. Oh. Probably have to. Oh, I didn't. I thought I had to use entangling roots on this guy. I'll do like this instead. But like I said, the plan is to use this kelp or whatever it was on this sort of altar, and after that the big guys will spawn. And for this spec with the um, roots here, entangling roots, then it should be fairly easy to do him. I can't see why he should be immune to that, but I might get wiser, and if so, then I might have to run away. He's not that high level, I think around level, yeah, probably 44, 43 maybe even. So I'm gonna get some mana back, and I think there's one more guy behind these huts that I need to kill when I have restored my mana. Yeah, just checking if I'm recording. Um, oh, actually did kill this guy already. So the question is, there was a patrol coming sort of across here. I think he's coming back there, this guy. And maybe it would be a little annoying if I had to sort of look out for him as well, so I'm just gonna kill him. Or let's say make him respawn somewhere else. There we go. Gonna get my mana up to full, and then I'm gonna spawn the dude. Here we are. The kelp. There we go. Okay, so I'm kind of summoning him now with this stuff here. There we go. He might come up somewhere else. I can't see him yet. Okay, he came up here instead. So, yeah, standard stuff here. Gotta give him a couple of wrath and then root him. And I should have loads of room to kite him here. But as soon as the root breaks, recast root, remove your owly ass a bit away from him, and repeat. And as you can see, I'm not using Moonfire because I don't think there's any need really. I want to keep him rooted as long as possible. And like I had a talk with one of the viewers about that, usually I told him how I use Moonfire even though he didn't ask for it, but it's a long story. Interestingly, so the guy actually ran away in the end here. But usually I don't use Moonfire when I'm kiting sort of melee elites or dangerous mobs because the damage from the moonfire, if I used it, this thingy here, will sort of help, or yeah, it will help sort of break the entangling roots, as the entangling roots can be broken or damaged. As you can see if you read there to your right, damage caused may interrupt the effect. So it's much easier to just, focus on um, the Wrath spell uh, and the Root spell. And maybe I can use the Moonfire as a finisher, or if it's an extremely chunky mob, it might sort of be an idea to use Moonfire as a dot damage over time spell. But so far I haven't had the need for it. If we were more guys on a big mob and I can just go nuts with the DPS, then of course I will always try and keep my Moonfire up. And some guy asked me a while back if I wanted to use the insect swarm as well. Yes, sometimes I will, and to be honest, I thought that I could cast it in Moonkin form, but I think it's in a later patch where that becomes available. Maybe not even in Classic at all. Probably not in Classic at all. So if I even made room for it down here in my first slot. So in that case, I probably wanted to, I don't know, what was the best, use Insect Swarm and Moonfire, and then just go nuts with my Wrath or Starfire spell, which is my main spell, main damage spell anyway. Uh, but it doesn't work that way. So what one could do is go Insect Swarm, then switch to Moonkin form, and then go Moonfire Wrath on, say, bosses, typically in instances, or it should work even in raids. Insect Swarm is a damaging spell that decreases the armor, I think, by some on the boss. But what's an alliance? Uh, but what's more important, that it decreases the even sort of the highest level boss ability to hit by 2%, and that's pretty huge. You might be thinking where's he going, and good question, but I got one of the quests I got, there was a follow-up where I had to go get some eggs from Onyxia. It says it's a 45 elite, but to be honest I think it's just a 45, and even 45 is probably a bit high. I currently have, I think, level 43 and level 44 quests. But I was thinking, if I do this 45 here and it's not that hard, and it's definitely not 45 elite, I think that's a mistake from Questy to classify it as such, or it was a mistake by the developers to classify it as such, and then Questy just does the same mistake. You could say, I don't know about that, but if you look at the map here after, it's pretty clean sheet. I have no further quests here, so I didn't want to have like one quest hanging here when it's fairly easy to do it. So anyway, for now I'm just following the road. It's easier, and I'm drinking coffee, so I'm playing with one hand. And then at some point I'm gonna go diagonally to where I have to go. Yeah. It would have been tempting instead of a live food if this had been a Catgas whisker, because they're used in my greater intellect elixirs. I can read about where I get the next. Can even I probably can't even do that. I think I threw it out. I can't seem to find it. Um, yeah, okay, I remember. So one of the last two items for this one, the star, the hand, and the heart, is done in one in Alterac Mountains in north of Hillspread Foothills, and the other one in Oh, that's Catus Whisker here. See if we can get it for the spooter. Yeah, I should be able to. There we go. And the other one is done in Strength and Veil. They're both. The one I just did here was probably the easy one. It's just a grindy affair. The other two can be a little bit nasty. Especially one in Strength and Veil, actually. Because I think you might, if you don't kill the mobs in a sort of the correct order, there's a chance that you're gonna get, um, yeah, CC'd or crowd controlled. I don't know if he can make you into a frog, he can hex you, or one of his minions can, or something like that. I'll have to look into it when I get there. It's a quest that's sort of optional, so if I'm in the area anyway, I might as well do it, and that's why I did it now, the Hand of Dagon, so I don't have to travel all over the both continents when I want to do the quest. I'm doing it now because I'm here anyway, and eventually I'll come back to Strangleton Vale and Ultravec Valley as well. Just gonna look if there's anything interesting in looking for group. Although I don't really need to go anywhere at the moment. I haven't collected the quest for Zul'Farrak, which is next on the menu, on the dungeon menu. I think I got one quest there at the moment, and there are probably like 7 or something like that. So that'll have to wait. There we go. So I'm pretty close to the area now, and that's closer to the sort of the entrance of. It's up here. I'm just gonna go stealth. I might have to kill a mob or two, but to be honest, I might not even have to. And I have no idea why they classify this 45, because I think this is like the highest. Okay, there's a 44 there. Now we're getting closer to 45. But the eggs, as you can see, they're inside these sort of broken trees here. And I'm a little bit surrounded here by mobs. Let's see if we can take them anyway. One, oh. Guess they didn't like that much. I'm just gonna kill this guy. Yeah, and they have this annoying fire shield, as when last I was here. It's quite painful standing next to. I guess it's sort of a damaging effect if you're standing next to the mob. So I got 4 eggs here and 1 stump. Wood stump. And there's one right over here. If I have to kill too many mobs, I'm just gonna look for one somewhere else. Eggs are here, alright. Let's try. No problem, easy peasy. So just waiting for stealth here. There we go. And okay. Yeah, but the highest mobs here are level 44, so it doesn't really make sense to make it a 45 elite. But I don't know, maybe once these guys were elites, that's a possibility. And then they changed it in some patch to make them normal mobs, I guess. I'm done here. And just to be a nice druid, or because I have this human collector greed gene, I'm gonna pick up these flowers. The Catgut's Whisker, like I said, I use them primarily for these babies. I think I can use them for some kind of elixir with agility as well for a rogue or hunter. That'd be nice. They do sell both the agility version and these, but it's not like they're selling like warm bread. I would say that. There's not much competition though, so that's one good thing about it. Looking at it from a financial point of view. So I'm mainly making these for myself. And actually I found out about the Fate Leaf because I played a little bit on my rogue the other day just for the fun of it. The Fate Leaf I actually used for, I think it's blinding powder, and that makes sense because they Fate Leaf, they are usually used in potions for say, well, anything with sight or diminishing sight, sort of like um, as elixirs they use, like say increased chance to be able to see stealth, for example, something like that. Or and somehow it makes sense that they're used for rogue as well for blinding powder. So it has something to do with vision, you could say. Goldthorn, and yeah, let's see if we can get to them without too much fighting the local zoo. Where are you? There. Goldthorn is sort of the workhorse of mid-level alchemy. You use them in so many different recipes. And they actually sell. You can sell these guys for like 40 silver a piece. So I just picked up 1 gold. Yeah, 1 gold, 20 silver there, as I got 3. So definitely a good spot here. I'll try to control my my greed behavior, but it's tough. It's not flowers I normally run into in this sort of abundance where I travel. King's Blood, I don't care about that. It's sort of a low-level flower. Just as you occasionally will find really high-level flowers in an area, you will also find lower-level stuff. Okay, let's see if we can find Fly Guy. It's right up here, so pretty much straight line from where I am now. Or I can do like the Shift M thing here. You can see down here where I'm going. That good old wreath, yes it is. How you doing, pal? So getting close to home. I see the torches here. And I'm just gonna hand in this quest. It looks like it's in here, yeah. Yeah, you know what? It's just the money as usual. No reputation, but yeah, sure. Okay, so I actually got a new level 45 quest, but I'm not gonna do it right now. This quest is pretty tough, and it's actually a 45 elite. I'm not sure I can do this guy. And I'm gonna wait until I'm level 50 if I attempt to do him solo, because he hits like a truck, and I've had help to do him once because I heard that it was a pretty tough quest, and I think you have to do. I sort of kept an eye about how much damage you actually have to do before he runs away, and it was like 10,000 damage, I think. You have to do to him. There we go. In order for him to run away. So you don't actually get to kill him. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I haven't really got. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna hand in the Dead Mire quest, and I'm gonna hand in the. I think there was another quest here. Yeah, I can't seem to wiggle my head around it, but right now I'm a little tempted of doing it, but it's pretty stupid because he might actually kill me, even though he's sort of a horde character. So I'm gonna wait till 50 at least, and I might even ask for help to get it done. I think I'm gonna try solo first, just to see if I can. And yeah, sure, I guess I can run away if needed. The question is if I have enough mana to do 10k damage onto him. But yeah, I sort of did what I came for, guys. So as usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.